Welcome back to the channel. Another wonderful day here at the shop. Today we're working on Duramax. So here's what we got. I got it cranked up off the stand. It's still stripped like you guys saw in the last video. Getting the tranny fluid out of it right now. We got to get the tranny off of it. And here's why. Facebook Marketplace came through, well, Facebook group, I'm in a Duramax swap group, and got the oil pan I was looking for. It's not here, but it'll be here tomorrow. So that's good. So I figure we'll get the old one off today. In order to do that, I gotta get it up in the air, get the tranny off of it, because the upper oil pan bolts through the flywheel housing right here from the inside, so that's got to come off. And then the other good bit of news is I also had to drain the oil. The other good bit of news is we got a balancer bolt, balancer washer, and I scored a nice used balancer off of Marketplace. Actually, got it for like half price, so that's pretty fucking mint. So we're gonna do that. So I'm gonna drain this tranny here, then we're gonna drain the oil, engine oil, and then I'm gonna try to figure out how the hell I'm gonna get this tranny off of here without breaking my back. So you don't need to watch me drain fluids, that's boring. I will come back with you as soon as she's drained and we'll take it off together. Well, here we are. I think I got her figured out here. What we're gonna do is lay the lift down slowly until this thing levels out, and then we'll just snatch our bolts out. Done and done. I took the liberty of pulling the torque converter bolts out. The converter's already slid back into the tranny as far as it'll go. Shocking. GM designed something worth a fuck here, and they give you, I use the Allen, but if you for some reason strip that out, looks like a 15. Yeah, takes a 15 on the outside too, so you got two shots to get them out. They were pretty tight. I used a 1/2 inch on them. I don't know if the other one would have taken, I didn't even bother trying, so. But so what we'll do is we'll lower this down, we'll snatch these bolts out, and then I'll try to He-Man it off of there. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Let's see. Yeah, that'll work. That's good enough. Good enough for who it's for, eh? I'd like that to be down a little bit more. That socket, go boys. Cheech. Jeez, it popped right out. Perfect. It's not gonna work. You're still on that side. I see. Just spun on the dowel pin. It kind of feels like it needs to go down. Why you gonna be pracking? Easy does it. We're gonna be skipping that chain by ourselves, boys. Well, so that's it. Separated. Done. So now, drain the fluid, drain the oil out of the motor. Get this thing out of my way. I think what I'm gonna do is, you guys bear with me here. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go empty this into the waste oil barrel, and then we'll do that. Otherwise, it's gonna be a disaster. All right, well, we're back next day. I ended up getting sidetracked yesterday and had some crazy shit happen to me. So good things, potentially good things. No worries. So I guess I'm kind of looking at this. Classic GM. Looks like they hid them bolts behind the fucking flywheel. So it looks like the flywheel's got to come off. And then we'll take the, what do you call it? Pan. We can start with the pan. So I'll put you guys on here. Can you see that? Yeah, it kind of works. Let's see what we can figure out here. Wow. All right. I don't think this is going to work. Here's my issue. Looks like we're gonna have to make something. I got my 3/4, but my adapter ain't gonna work. I broke the fucking thing. So I might have to cut this down. I made one originally for it, and it kind of worked for a while. So I'm gonna pause this, grind this bitch down, make another one, see what we can make happening here. All right, well, got her in there, ground down a little bit. That's what's left over there. Just use a 4-inch angle grinder with a disc and then cut it off wheel. And I don't know, let's try it. Turn flywheel. No bueno. Got this flywheel lock for TDIs and shit. We'll see if it'll fit into this thing. Probably not. These all look threaded, so might be a bit of a problem. Seems like it'll work. That's wild. I wonder what the foot pounds is on this deal. Try something else. Something's either going to come apart here or she's going to come off. Fucking mint. That thing's got some nuts. Super sketchy, but it's working. What do you boys think about that? Can you see that? Live action here. There you go. This fucking thing is for real. Oh shit. That's not good. I do not believe that that just come off there and didn't fucking crack or anything. Wow. Also can't believe it puts that much vibration through the lift arm. I would have never guessed that. These fucking bolts are for real. Bigger than the goddamn out of Detroit. This is a 1-inch gun for those of you that are wondering. My 3/4 wouldn't do it. 1/2-inch damn sure wouldn't do it. What we're gonna do now, so let's stop here for a second. See, I don't know if you notice that flywheel shaking. I don't want to take a chance of stripping the bitch. So we're gonna just move that quick because there's a lot of vibration. I don't want to. That's it, boys. Fucking mint. Wow, that thing is fucking gnarly. Flywheel lock did its job. Huh? Oh. That's Chinesium at its finest right there. Okay, it's got dowel pins, so we don't have to worry about alignment. That's good. I was just looking at that. There she is. What a beaut. Now, if I was thinking, what I would have done is should have taken that crank balancer off the front of the thing while I had the flywheel on it, but I don't think it's gonna matter. If one of you guys knows Duramaxes and can tell me if these bolts are one-time use, I'd appreciate it, because I have no idea. So, those look like 17s, if I had to guess. Wow, that was wild, boys. Crank seal ain't leaking at all, so that's a win, man. I'm pretty pumped about that. Okay, so these are the two bolts that I believe we're not going to be able to use with this new pan. I just have a hunch. I don't think that new oil pan goes through there. I saw rumors of Saw rumors of somebody saying something about bolts you couldn't use or something like that. I don't know. Regardless, what do we got here now? Is there anything in the back? Well, there is. Okay, so there's some small ones there. We need a 12 for that. We're gonna have to peel this harness off of here. Are those Allens? Fucking GM. Well, Zuzu, whatever. Let's get this thing off the floor a little bit. If it falls, right? Correct. Okay. So, we gotta find out what Allen key she takes. Looks like a tiny one, which I'm sure we'll strip immediately. Hopefully this is the cock for Dolly here. Oh yeah, that'll work. All right, perfect. So now, is there a bolt? There's got to be a bolt in there somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so that's that. And we need a 10 and a 12, looks like. We'll get this harness out of here and okay, that's that. God, you're fucking filthy. Wow, that thing's wasted. Alright, let me show you boys what we're doing here. Because you're probably at a shit angle because I'm an idiot. Let's see. So obviously in order to get this pan off, boom, boom, this sensor's got to come out of here. Or well, at least we got to unplug it anyway, but it's, look at the schmoo onto her, boys. Oh. It's super greasy. I don't even know what it is. And it looks like a regular, like, yeah, like a fuel injector connector. Basically glued in there. So I think what we're going to need is a pair of pliers. Wow, that stuff is just disgusting. There we go. Perfect. I'm trying to get that one there. It is also pretty stuck. A little closer to the action, eh? Look at her. Oh, it's pretty. Not even mad. So, looks cool, man. Try not to get any oil on the lens here, sorry. Cross-bolted mains. Oh, they're numbered. Sick. So the only thing that's gonna potentially cause an issue is we're gonna have to figure out how that new oil pan, if it even bolts here, and if I can get the bolts in back there. I don't know any of that yet. I know there was, somebody said something about some bolts you can't put in on this other oil pan because the other oil pan was designed exclusively, as far as my research goes, I could be wrong, but the other oil pan is designed exclusively for the SAE style housing because it came in the medium duty. So it's got the regular number 3 or number 2. I'm not sure which one they use. Number 2 or number 3 round bell housing on it, not the regular, you know, GMLS style 4L80. And to my knowledge, the trucks take this bell housing also, like the regular pickups. They take this one too. So yeah, that's about 50 minutes of me swearing at you. So we're gonna end the video here. Well, I'm gonna pause the video here. I'll come back with you when I get that new oil pan. Just waiting on UPS now. My work is done for now. I can't really go any further. So when I get the oil pan, we'll come back and we'll put that on together. We'll kind of go through it. And that'll be this video. Hopefully next video we'll pull that Cadillac motor and set this in. Dude, totally pumped. Look what we just got in the mail. My boy sent the whole deal, dude. Dalton, if you watch this garbage, thank you very much, dude. This is sick. So, right about chair, like that. She is big. We're not gonna worry about that. Sick, dude. I'm freaking pumped right now. I'm like too excited to even do anything about it. So, looks like what I didn't get was whatever goes here, which I'm not sure of because the oil level sensor is in there. So I don't really know what this does, but not really. You know what? It kind of looks like it's the same thing. I don't know. It's bizarre. So I think I'm just gonna make a plate for this because I don't know what goes there, and whatever it is obviously optional. So that's gonna go there, and then I'm not too sure. I mean, if you look at it, all the bowl holes are the same. So I'm not sure what anybody was talking about. Like you can't use a couple of the bolts or something because they all look the same, and it even has the rear ears that match that other thing. So match here. So that's friggin' mint because now we could just bolt it up. We're just gonna bolt it up right now. I'm not even gonna gasket it or nothing. I'm not gonna scrape this gasket. I'm not gonna touch it. I just wanna bolt it up, slap the pan on it. You know, we'll put the pickup on just so we don't lose any parts. Figure out what bolts go where, and then we could take some measurements and go look at the car and see if maybe it'll go in there. So, hoping it will. So, I don't think I'm gonna do this one on camera because there's probably gonna be a bunch of fiddle fucking around trying to figure out what bolt goes where. So what I'll do is I'll just update you as I progress. So when we get the lower pan on, I'll update you, blah, blah, blah. All right, well, it's a new day. I had to run out yesterday and buy more junk, so I just got home. Well, I mean, I got home last night, but I didn't have time to work on this last night, so just got out here today and finished clean. I know I said I wasn't gonna clean it, but I couldn't deal with it. It was filthy. So we cleaned this upper oil pan in the parts washer, and we just got her bolted on. New pickup, bolted on, done and done. So there are no missing bolts. All the bolts go in just fine. The only ones I haven't tried yet are these rear ones. So I figured what we would do is do them last, because your oil pan's got to be tight to the thing before. Yeah, and they're fucking mint. So that's perfect. Those will go right in. So next, I don't know if I'm going to clean this up or not. It doesn't look terrible. What I don't want to do is get mineral spirits on, if I'm sure this thing is gasketed here. And they do have, I don't care what mineral spirits says on the thing, by the time you end up using that parts washer enough, it accumulates enough brake clean and everything else in there that it will contaminate and swell rubber. So I don't really want to do that yet. I'll wait until we're ready. So I'll get that bolted on and I'll be back with you. All right, back again. Lower pan is on. I didn't clean it. The only thing I cleaned was this greasy sensor that came out of the other one. Remember, it had that tar all over it. Oh, it's allergy season again, so excuse me. This was the oil fill, and oh, excuse me. So if you're looking at that plate and wondering, wow, he made that really fast. I mean, I realize this, you have no idea how long it's been off camera, but literally it took me less time to do this than to bolt the pan on. And the reason is because I have a keen eye for success. And what I mean by that is always try to find something that matches what you're doing. And I used to work on TDIs pretty much exclusively for a lot of people. And so I recognized this flange looked almost exactly like a TDI EGR flange. So in my TDI tricks drawer here, I pulled the gasket out. I had another gasket. I actually have a paper gasket that goes on the intake side, because intake and exhaust TDI flanges are identical. So I held the gasket up and I was like, holy shit, it's super close. And literally all I had to do was grind out the bolt holes like a millimeter, because the bolt pattern was a little bit longer. And I had a block off plate in stock for a TDI EGR delete. So that was perfect. Saved a shit ton of time that way. So we're all bolted on. Everything is on here. All the bolts are in. The back bolts are in. So literally the only thing we got to do now is we're going to put the flywheel back on, and then probably put the tranny back on it too, because I think it's going to be easier to test fit in the car with the tranny bolted to it. But now what we can do is we can take some measurements off of our flywheel housing flange, because that's kind of how I'm gauging where this has to go in the car. I know I'm not cutting the tunnel. I don't want to cut the tunnel, so I know where that stock engine goes. And a 4L80E being almost identical to a TH400, that's only 1.5 inches longer. So what I'm trying to do is measure off the stock location and then go 1.5 inches forward with the transmission flange. And I think I can get away with that, especially if we go to an electric fan, because there won't be the big fan. Although this did have a bus fan, so it was way less intrusive. So we'll see what ends up there. But so now we can take some measurements. This is kind of large. If we look, yeah, it's probably like at least 1 inch deeper. And I'm a little bit concerned what I'm gonna end up having to do is I'll probably end up sectioning this pan And what we'll do is we'll cut it here and take this and just essentially lower this part. We'll have a little bit less oil capacity, but I mean, honestly, it's still got to be just as much as factory, and it's never going to notice. It'll be totally fine. So I think that's what we're going to have to do, because this does look a little deep. Especially because in my chassis, I have the steering linkages running like right here. They're actually behind the axle in that car. Any old 60s GM. So I'll put a tape measure on this. That's where I'm going to leave you. Thanks for watching. When we get more into the meat and potatoes of this swap, I will, I'm going to try to record like all of it. And then I'll just edit it out, whatever bullshit you don't need to see. But I do want to try to make a point to do more recording, because I'm kind of slacking, and I'm sure you don't want to just listen to me talk, because I don't want to listen to me talk. So that'll do it for, I'm not sure what we're doing here, if this is going to be a part of another video or not, but I think what we're going to do is pull that motor early. I wasn't going to do it until like late October and kind of do this as a winter project, but some things may have advanced my schedule, and I may need that Cadillac motor to trade for something else. So if I can make that deal happen sooner, that's 100% what I'm going to do. So we may end up tying this video into the pulling the engine out. Pulling the engine out of the Cadillac video. So maybe just one video, you know, and then maybe we can get a test fit in there too and see exactly where we're at. But I'm gonna do some measuring. In the meantime, if I don't cut this into another video, thanks for watching. I'm sure you had as much fun as I did, right? So stay tuned, there'll be more. Hopefully we can get this thing done shortly. Thanks.